It looks like Beyoncé will not be hanging around for the fallout that's about to come after the lawsuit that was filed against The Dream by his former protege. Both Beyoncé and her husband Jay Z are closely linked to The Dream and are mentioned in the lawsuit, which means that this is the second man in their inner circle who has been exposed for some horrible things in only a couple of months. Well, sources are saying that the feds are getting closer and closer to Jay Z by taking down his circle, and Beyoncé is becoming paranoid. She is allegedly packing up to run and is already making moves because she is reading the writing on the wall, and it is not looking good. And we all know if Jay Z really is next, it's going down because that man has also been accused of doing some horrible things. Girl, every single time we think that the situation in Hollywood couldn't possibly get any worse, it gets even worse than we could ever imagine. Child, Cat Williams was right when he said that 2024 was really the year of reckoning.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
This whole thing started with Diddy, and now it's like a domino effect because so many men in Hollywood have been exposed for either being creepy or being aggressive toward women. It's a horror story unfolding in real time, and this time rapper, The Dream, was just exposed for being yet another Diddy. And at this point, we have to start wondering what on earth is going on in the industry. The lawsuit was brought against him by his former artist Chanaz Moreau, and boy, did she lay it out. To put into perspective just how serious this is, Chanaz is being represented by the same lawyers who represented Cassie in her lawsuit against Diddy. So y'all know things are really, really bad, and The Dream is about to get smoked, because y'all know that Cassie's lawyers do not play. Chanaz is from the Netherlands, but she moved to the US in 2014 to pursue her dreams of becoming a star. She claimed that people working on behalf of The Dream reached out to her on social media to tell her that The Dream was interested in working with her. So she moved to Atlanta because she thought that her life was about to change and that she was about to get her big break. Unfortunately for her, things didn't exactly work out that way. According to the court documents, under the guise of pursuing a legitimate recording and publishing contract with Miss Moreau, The Dream lured the young and vulnerable artist into a violent and manipulative relationship filled with physical and horrific psychological manipulation. The lawsuit claimed that The Dream would make many high promises, like making her a star like Beyoncé and Rihanna, since he frequently wrote for both superstars. Instead, it was another Cassie-like situation, and instead of making Chanaz a superstar like he promised, he chose to use her for his own selfish purposes. Even worse, he promised to have her open on Beyoncé's tour, forcing her to diet and exercise excessively to prepare for the tour, for which he never planned for her to open in the first place. I don't think he even spoke to Beyoncé about it, and he probably had some weird fetish that he wanted to fulfill by putting Chanaz on the treadmill. The lawsuits went on to claim that instead of helping her with her career, Dream used Moreau for his base desires, which manifested in violent intimate acts and vicious psychological torture. For example, Dream locked Miss Moreau in a dark room adjacent to a recording studio, violently had sex with her, and then left her alone in the dark for hours on end, then returning to have sex with her again and demanding that she tell him she loved him. Oh girl, this lawsuit went on to list several instances of The Dream mistreating Chanaz, listing some horrific incidents. Dream forced Miss Moreau to drink excessive amounts of alcohol by roughly pulling her head back by her hair and pouring alcohol down her throat. Dream frequently strangled Miss Moreau during aggressive sex, sometimes with his hands and once using the collar of her dress. On multiple occasions, Dream choked Miss Moreau so intensely that she almost lost consciousness. As horrible as that is, it is not that surprising, because we have known for a while now that he likes to put his hands on women. When his ex-girlfriend was pregnant with their child in 2014, he was arrested for roughing her up. 10 years later, he is being hit with the same charges, and it's sad to see that nothing has changed, but not surprising. The lawsuit also claimed that The Dream would record Chanaz without her permission, and he would use the videos to blackmail her into staying in line, or he would ruin her, a lot like what Diddy was doing to Cassie. She also claimed that he used his professional relationship with Beyoncé to manipulate her and keep her in check. The document said he regularly used Moreau's admiration for Beyoncé as a way to manipulate her, telling her that the only reason he achieved such great success with Beyoncé is because they created a sanctuary together, which allowed him to know Beyoncé in a way that others could not. Consequently, he could write the best songs for her. He also told her that if she wanted to reach the same level of success as Beyoncé, she needed to become as close to or closer to him than Beyoncé. He said that meant that Moreau should ask for and follow his advice on everything, rely on him to be her main confidant, and limit her inner circle to only those people he approved of and trusted. This was clearly a ploy for him to alienate her from anyone who would have seen through his BS and helped her escape his manipulation. The lawsuit also said the dream led Moreau to believe through manipulation and coercion that if she allowed him to completely control every aspect of her life, they could create the ultimate sanctuary that would surpass anything he accomplished with Beyoncé or Rihanna. When she asked him what he meant by sanctuary, he would say stuff like, "I'll let you know after we win 10 Grammys together. Right now, you just have to be free, and let me you emotionally so I can know what's underneath your heart." Say what now? He was allegedly so controlling that he would text her stuff like, "You belong to me now. I'm your mother, I'm your father, and everything." Now, this is where it gets even shadier. You all remember how Cassie said in her lawsuit that Diddy was surrounded by enablers who allegedly helped him hurt her and then look the other way? Well, according to Chanas, this was also the case with The Dream because his mistreatment of her was enabled by his record label, Contra Paris. And do you all want to guess who is co-owner of Contra Paris? Jay Z, that's who, Chanaz's lawsuit said. His depraved behavior was facilitated by his record label, Contra Paris LLC, as well as by Epic Records, the label that The Dream convinced to invest in Moreau despite the fact that he never intended to truly support her career trajectory, but instead wanted corporate funding to assist in his personal venture. The result of Dream's acts was that Moreau's career was appended. Her music was taken from her without any explanation. Contra Paris never provided her any compensation, and every attempt to revive her career has been hijacked by Dream and those who support him. So not only did the label enable The Dream to hurt her, but they also took away her music and prevented her from making it big in the industry, which is just incredibly cruel. At this point, we need to have a conversation about Jay Z and why so many people in his inner circle are being exposed for these sorts of nasty crimes. It kind of makes you wonder what he is hiding in his own closet, because it's unlikely that he has all these bad men in his inner circle and he is completely innocent. It now makes sense that Jaguar Wright claimed last year that Jay Z is even worse than Diddy. And considering how bad Diddy is, that's saying a whole lot.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
Interestingly, blogger Stormin Rowe dropped the bomb a few months ago that Beyoncé has been making plans to leave Jay Z.
But what I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z, he can pay off or he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it, and he knows it too. As far as who's gonna be the breakout victim / story, I don't know. Yeah, I might have to ask you something. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that once that comes out and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see Beyonce divorce. Okay? And she may or may not do an interview, but their publicist is gonna release something. She's gonna say, "Oh, the Carters have been separated for some time. They built this beautiful life, blah, 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 blah."
Explains why she dropped 2 back-to-back albums. Her hair care line has been out and about doing so much press and has been reported to be planning another world tour. It looks like she is gathering her coins to run because this is about to be a storm. And before you all think that it's because she's innocent, that's not the case. Allegedly, Beyonce is even worse than Jay Z now. I don't know how much of this is true because there is literally no evidence to back it up. But people are speculating that she is allegedly the monster that everybody thinks Jay Z is. She allegedly has a very long list of shady and horrible behavior that's going to ruin her, which is why she is trying to get as much money as possible before that happens. The lot is getting closer and closer, and she is in a panic, allegedly. Fans commented, "The stuff that I'm finding about Beyonce evil self is crazy and scary, but y'all let me know what you think about this, and then check out this next video."